Deadly shooting in Tillman's Corner.
Yeah, it happened at a hotel. 2 people were shot, 1 died, the other ended up at a local urgent care. We've got team coverage of this tonight.
Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby is live at the Days Inn where that shooting happened. Tyler Fingert is at an urgent care in Tillman's Corner.
We want to go first now with our Brendan Kirby. Brendan, this involved 2 people firing guns.
Yeah, that's right, Shelby and Lenise. Police say that after the gunman shot the woman, a man who was in the motel room with her returned fire, hitting the suspect. Gunfire erupted on the 3rd floor of the Days Inn and Suites on Inn Road at about 11:30 Wednesday morning. Mobile police say a shooter fired, striking a woman in the stomach and killing her. Police say a man in the room with her returned fire, striking the suspected shooter in the leg.
We are confident he did. As I said, it's early now. There's a big crime scene, but he was involved. The person inside the room did return fire.
Mobile Police Sergeant John C. Young says the man shot in the leg drove himself to an urgent care about a mile away. The man who returned fire wasn't hurt. Sergeant Young says police are questioning both men and that no charges have been filed yet. Key details are still under investigation. Sergeant Young didn't identify either of the men involved, and he couldn't immediately say how many shots were fired, what may have sparked the violence, or whether all 3 people knew one another.
It's still early. We aren't sure what the relationship was or what is the motivation behind this.
Now, as I said, police say that the man who fired first ended up at an urgent care center about a mile from here. For more on that part of the story, let's go to Tyler Fingert. Tyler.
Yeah, that's right, Brendan. Police say that the initial shooter, who has not been identified yet, was at that hotel just a few minutes away and drove to this urgent care here in Tillman's Corner. A witness tells me that man was honking and screaming as he drove up and stopped right in the middle of the parking lot. Let's go to video from earlier. You see that SUV right there? That's the one the witness says came flying up to the American Family Care location. That witness, who didn't want to be on camera, says not only was he honking and screaming, but he says the man was yelling that he couldn't feel his legs. At that point, the witness said nurses and doctors from the urgent care came rushing out to try and help the man. Ultimately, after some time, an ambulance showed up and rushed him to the hospital, and we're told he is dealing with non-life-threatening injuries tonight. The witness says when police got on scene, an officer pulled a rifle out of the SUV and took it into evidence. The person who saw all of this unfold out here at this American Family Care praised the nurses for jumping into action so quickly. I reached out to the company to ask if anyone can talk, but nobody got back to me. And as Brendan mentioned, at this point, nobody has been charged with a crime at this point. We're live in Tillman's Corner tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 10 News.